even in the bubble, as you already mentioned, there's a 20 people who on the forum, pretty much active in it. And even if you are going to be sell one out of them, and you make a very bad deal, or like you scam them or something, like all 20 will get to know by anyhow. And you are not dealing with from the next time, you are not going any help from these 20 or like 20-50 people. And eventually if you need to sell or you need to help, you are going to become on these. So I just like, you can scam somebody one time, but you cannot play a long term game sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, come back to your bubble work. So like, how, what's your right now strategy? Is like just taking a freelancing project, or like working on a bubble product sort of like a plugin, or like you just want to diversify your income stream, or like what exactly you're thinking?
Blimey, I don't know. Well, projects, as long as it's an interesting project, right? So there's, you get a lot of approaches all the time, right? A lot of approaches saying, and there's plenty of people looking for freelance work. And obviously the customer is of different, you have to assess the customer. You know, how serious are they? Do they have any money to pay for anything? You know, there's a lot of people who have great ideas but no money, and unfortunately, being a freelancer or a consultant is you're running a business, you're not a charity. So there are many people who need help in bubble world, and you just have to be really careful about who you help. You know, so I joined this call because I thought I like Anka. He's working hard. He's a really nice bloke. So I'll have a call with him just to help you because it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But you've got to kind of get rid of all the time wasters. And if the people haven't tried hard to solve this problem themselves, then or some guy is saying, I've got a product idea that's going to be worth £1 trillion, $1 trillion. These are just time wasting people. So people who don't understand it anyway, so just got to sift through those. And I guess I'm old enough now that I can be choosy, and I only want to work with nice people. So if the person bluntly is a bit of a beat arsehole, basically, I just don't have the time for it. There's so many people who are nice. We don't have to deal with people who are sort of angry or feel entitled, or I'm just trying to find a more polite way to say the word I just said. You know, and that's my point. So project, just what am I looking for? Basically, nice projects with nice people who've got a nice product idea, and that'll be brilliant. And I like doing plugins because they're just fun. That's just a fun hobby. They don't make any money, but they're fun. It has to be a pretty good plugin. If you look at the analysis of the plugin sales, it's not a particularly great business to be in, but it's kind of fun.
Agree, completely agree.
It's good for your reputation to have good plugins. You know, good as a marketing tool, as a bubble freelancer. That's good for that, but it's only sort of beer money otherwise.
I just feel like this sort of a, I don't know how I will say that with the nice word, because bubble don't focus on this bubble plugin, bubble template, and this sort of a store. So you just have a one way of selling it. Either you build your personal brand so big, so much following, so whatever you say, people will buy it. Doesn't matter what. Like even you are releasing a plugin, people will buy it, even they don't use it. There's a one. And also,
I know who you're talking about. we both know who you're talking about. and I get quite a lot of freelancing work fixing those plugins. Fixing people who have bought those plugins from that company that you're thinking. Yes. And the templates are garbage. the templates that company make are have a great diverse in quality. Some of them are just terrible, and maybe some are good. But I think we're both thinking about the same company. And
Okay.
not doing the. Yeah. Go.
Yeah, and sort of and second way is plugin name. So if you are able to build some plugin, because that is the only point, only way of searching up any plugin, because you can search by only a name, only a name.
Yeah.
There is no other way of doing it. You cannot even search on the description basis. You cannot even search on the tag basis. You can because category selection is sort of a very vague, because you have very limited, and anyone.
It's terrible. The searching for plugins is terrible. I was talking to another friend of mine. Maybe we should get together and solve it. We should just screen scrape the marketplace and just have a more curated view of the plugins that are there. So there's one thing, one you have to search for them only by name. The categorization is just rubbish. It's just pointless. So you basically have to sift through the forum to get, and then to find one that's being talked about, then you have to try it out, and then you try it out and you find out the documentation is terrible, and then like forget this one. So it's trial and error.
Yeah.
It's okay for people like you and me who are going to invest that time of trial and error, but for a lot of people, they're a little less sophisticated. If they hit a roadblock with a plugin, they go, "Oh my God, I've hit a roadblock with a plugin. I'm going to give up on my project because it's just too hard."
Yeah.
And some of that comes down to the plugin developers making crappy documentation. I think when in order for a plugin to be accepted into the marketplace, I think Bubble should be more critical of the help documentation. And at the very least, they should install the plugin and just see if the instructions
working or not.
But yeah,
and I just feel like even if you're a genuine plugin developer and trying to build a market or thing, because trying to build any businesses, you really have to focus on the marketing of it. Like you have to keep, because in the Bubble forum also there is a very less number compared to the number of Bubble developers, because if you just see there is 1.4 billion or 1.5 million of Bubble developers there, and there's 40k only people are on the Bubble forum, and even in that 40k, I just feel like 10% are pretty active, maximum 10%.
Yeah.
Or
you can see in the if you go into the course what's it called? If you go into the statistics, you can see how many people have been awarded which badges. So if you're an active user, you get a certain badge. There's not many people who get active user badges. You can see the number, and it's only like thousands. It's not 1.4 million. That's for sure.
Yeah. And also, even on the Bubble forum side, that is have a different lot of problem. But just to address one quick, Bubble is not encouraging people to move to one west to another and one west to another. This sort of a pre-written algo, pre-written infrastructure is there, and they're just following that only. Because even there's a lot of people I see, they are pretty actively talking in the Bubble community, and for so long and so genuine, not on the just to make that badge, just for that badge and all. But they don't have just a simple member badge. They just have they even not go into the pioneer sort of a stage. That is a sort of ultimate stage. So I just feel like there's a lot of work. I hope Bubble team will definitely do in one or two. And come back to the plugin side. And as you already say, there's no review check is there. So when I click plugin, that's it. I think in a coming 2-3 days or 4 days, they will, I don't know what they check it, because even I pick a wrong category out of these 20, Bubble is accepted my plugin. And even I don't put any description, just a one single line description, then also my bubble is just picking out. So
it wouldn't be hard for Bubble to say, here's our best practices of how you document a plugin, and this is what you should do. You should do this, this, and this, and this. It's not. Yeah. Well, and the next question is, what are we going to do about it? I don't know. I try not to. The plugins I build, I try to make them for the audience, for the users. Is the guy's only been doing Bubble for 2 weeks. He's just got through the tutorials, and I think if you target your plugin for that person, then you're doing a good thing for the community. If you make it too hard and too technical, you're actually just damaging the community.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
and also same thing I am following. Even single plugin I am going to launch, I already have a 3 plugin in the pipeline. I am creating a step-by-step video sort of a thing, how you can use it, and listing down all the feature you can build it, so that if anyone have a question how to going to be use it in a real way, so that they can easily watch the video, okay, and how exactly it is going.
Yes.
So I know it is pretty hard for everyone to cover every feature of their plugin, but I think it is a good way if you have 4 to 5 videos, or like 4 to 5 documentation, use case documentation, so that they become a sort of a familiar with your plugin. And for that, I think I am running one sort of a hashtag today from next 30 days, like talking about one plugin they should check out, and how they plugin that is going to be used, so that at least 30 plugin that I know or I have used, people got to know about it. So
Okay.
so this sort of a, like, I just feel like, okay, this is least we can do. We can sort of a prepare documentation, or like sort of a help fellow people, okay, got to know about the plugin, okay, this is the plugin, you can solve this is the problem. So I'm just thinking, okay, that will be helpful to people. Let's see, hope for the best.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
This is going to be a pretty boring. This is going to be a pretty boring YouTube video.
No, it is not going to be boring. It is. I learn a lot from you, and I just like talking in deep about the things, not on the surface level. And I just want to talk about both the pros and cons of everything. Only just talking about the nice thing of everything, because on the Twitter, on the PR of that company or everything, they're talking all the nice thing, and I know why they are talking about it, but I just want to be real about it. Doesn't matter how. I just want to be see the things how it is, not in the framey phase, or like sort of a, because that is not going to be helpful to anyone, even though your user, bubble user, even bubble team, or like anyone, even single person is watching this video. So they should be see the real picture rather than.
Yeah.
So this is the last question, and it is being a 1 hour. And thank you for thank you for
it's a pleasure.
thank you for. So what's your future plan? Are you just focusing on the? What's the future plan? I just want to know, because what, like, are you completely okay? Whatever comes my plate, I will have a look, see the things. If it is just helping, like sort of a, I just feel like, okay, this is the thing I need to do, I will do. Or you have a pretty sort of a proper plan with the bubble. In the next 1 year, I will do that. So anything?
Oh, I'm afraid, Ace, I don't have such a good plan about, what would make me really, really happy is if any of the projects, well, the projects I work on, or the MVPs I develop, I'd love one of them to be really successful. Don't care about the equity interest. I just would love to say, see that, I built that, I started it off, look at it now, it's bloody brilliant. It's really, that would give me much more satisfaction than, 60 hours freelancing work a week. Forget that. It's too much like hard work. I'd much rather had one really super successful, or many super successful clients or products. That'd be, if that happens this year, brilliant.
And okay, what's your suggestion, or what's your like feedback to the coming bubble freelancers, where they should learn and how they approach the client?
How to get clients? There is.
Not on the how to get a client, not on the how to get a client, because I know in the bubble system right now there's a lot of client is available. You can, if but how to approach, but how to approach or how to deal with the client in a very, because I just feel like this is the area where people are not trained in.
Okay.
So what's your, while dealing with the client, what's your go-to motto so that you build a good rapport with them and do the consistent work? Because also you just want to work with a good people, as you already mentioned, not a so
I think you should talk to clients as if you were talking to your to a friend or an old friend, you know, to someone. Talk to your clients as if you went to university with them, and you know, and you've known each other a while, and just be trustworthy and open. Don't try and be PwC or IBM or pretend to be something you're not. You know, it's pretty obvious. You know, you can look at someone and in a few seconds, you know, well, there's Ann Curry's a good-looking young guy, smart guy, got a brain on his shoulders, brilliant. You don't have to try and pretend by wearing a suit and making massive documents, and that's my advice. Be yourself, because pretending, people just see through it, you know. See through.
And how they should learn, how they should learn the bubble, what the resources, what the go-to place you follow, and you feel like, okay, this is the good thing. This is the good thing they could go through. When you're starting out, not on this, but I know when you are starting out the things, and what is the one thing that I think you believe in the hindsight, you feel like, okay, this is the one thing that helped you a lot. For let me just tell you my reading up Peter documentation, Peter books, Peter have launched Peter Emil solution, founder
PTTER.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely
So
brilliant.
I just feel like how he have written a book, and sort of a structured book, so you can go through each aspect of, and your thinking also change. You think from the nice looking website to the more performance based website. So, and
brilliant. I agree. Peter is brilliant.
Yeah, he's
and also Peter gives you a different point of view to. You can read the bubble manual, and it's kind of very superficial, not very helpful, doesn't give you best practices. It just kind of describes what the button does on the editor. Big deal. Not helpful at all. But Peter, and there's and I can't remember the other people off the top of my head, they actually sort of are trying to describe what's going under the covers and why it works in that way. And that gives you a much better understanding. Yeah, I definitely recommend Peter's ebooks. I think they should be required reading. If you haven't read that and you're trying to be a freelancer, you're a bit of an idiot, I think.
Yeah, I have read it multiple times, 2 or 3 times, and even I have printed his books just to mark the location and just go to. What's your what you feel like go to place, and what's the one thing that helped you a lot?
Just staying awake all night working on Bubble.
Right.
It just takes hours. It takes out many hours of trial and error to figure things out. In the beginning, I just was quite obsessive about it in the beginning.
Yeah.
There's no shortcut.
Yeah, this is the sort of advice I got a lot from a lot of people, and I also believe in that. But when I say someone, okay, you don't need to be follow any person or any particular thing or something. You just need to be dive really into that product, because over the period of time you feel like because you try a lot, because you are very passionate about something, you try a lot of things. Okay, can we do that? Can we do that? Can we do that? And that will help you learn a lot. And that is your unique point of view also. But when I say someone, okay, do this, so they are like, okay, because you already know about bubble, that's or bubble or anything in life, be it coding, be it any skill, music skill or anything. They feel like, okay, no, this is, I don't know, how can I start? So I just feel like doesn't matter, you know or not know, but even if you're just playing with the things. So I think that's
Yeah.
I completely agree with you.
There's no short,
There's no
no
short.
shortcut. You just have to be kind of this. You have to be obsessive about it and try. You have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you're never going to put in the hours required to try every different way of doing something until you figure out, oh, this is the way I'm going to do it.
Okay, one last thing. Sorry, I am just said
Okay.
multiple times. This is last
Very good.
question, but I don't know why I was loving the conversation. And why not on the Twitter? Why are you not active on the Twitter? You can really make a good
Yeah,
people connection, genuine connection, and
yeah. Maybe you can teach me. How do you? I mean, I just find it's just maybe I need to just delete all the people I'm following because the messages I see in Twitter just waste of time.
okay.
Maybe
My
I need
go-to
to
thing is
clear out all my things. Yeah.
follow, because that is specifically for the no code. So I just feel follow any people. I just go to their profile and they are talking about the bubble, they're talking about the no code, then and investing point of view. And the one really thing I'm interesting is investors, how they approaching the no code and how.
Okay.
So I just follow them
Okay.
because, and when I see their tweet, and if I feel like this is a this is just a tweet for the marketing, or this is just tweet for the it is not helping me. I'm just saying it bluntly.
Yeah.
It is not helping me. I just unfollow it. So that my number of list is going to be filter it out, and whenever see any crap on my team Twitter timeline, okay, I just feel like it is giving me negative vibe. I don't know, I really don't care about how much learning I getting from this person, but I even get a one negative vibe from this person because or something, I just directly unfollow them, or sometimes I block them.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I block them also.
Right.
Because even they are disturbing me in the DM or like trying to, because I normally don't block person, but recently one person is trying to scam me, and eventually he succeeded on that. But uh, but I just feel like, okay, that shouldn't we do it again, so I just block him. So I just feel like this is the, I think, game Twitter. I learned it because from Twitter I learned a lot.
Okay.
And
Well, you've inspired me. You've inspired me to get slightly more interested in Twitter.
yeah, Twitter is a
forum.
Twitter is great.
I think it's good.
Platform.
Okay.
Great platform to learn. Yeah, that's it. If you have any question or you just want to say anything to the audience.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Anka. I mean, nice to meet you. I've seen you in the forum, but it's really nice to have a chat and meet you.
Yeah, sure. Same here. Same here. And thanks for accepting my request and come on the call directly.
I think I swore a couple of times. Can you just beep those bits out?
Yeah, what?
I think I swore once. Can you put a beep on?
Yeah, I will edit. I am not an issue. I will edit it because, like, I know also there is some sort of a negative thing. I don't want to be on the internet. I don't want to be put on the internet. But but I just want to have a good conversation with the people so that I will edit everything. Not an issue. Even I will go this interview multiple times to see like anything that I don't promote or anything don't I just feel like you don't want to be on the internet, so I will edit out, not anything.
Okay, appreciate that.
Thanks a lot.
right.
Thanks for having a detailed conversation. And I will be pinging you a lot on the Bubble forums if I got it stuck. If you don't.
Anytime, Anchor. All right.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you.
Yeah. Thank you.